Where's the cloud gonna be?
I don't know.
Okay, I'll find it later. Okay, go.
Okay, so thank you, Megan, for that crazy good and I don't know, like ta-da! Like you pump me up way more than I sometimes feel my own value. And I think that's true for all of us, right? A little bit about me, y'all, my background. I'm going to tell y'all my Park Lane background, then I'm going to tell y'all my real life background, okay? Because that all feeds into, I think, my success with Park Lane, and it's totally transferable, totally relatable, okay? So just bear with me. But also, there is a spot where I want you to grab a scratch sheet of paper. I don't care if it's a Post-it note in front of you or a piece of paper from your printer, because you're going to do one little activity, okay? So my Park Lane background, back in this time not last year, good Lord, 4 years ago in 2000. I met Christy through one of my friends hosting a party like 18 months, 2 years before that. So I've been in Christy's VIP group, shopping and building that friendship, that connection with her. And I truly, I love that about our VIP groups. Like Megan asked me earlier this week, she was like, so when you were just a shopper and just a VIP in Christy's group, you became friends with her. And yes, that's true. And I feel like that is such an opportunity that we have with our own VIPs, that these people who you may have never met before, you were the stylist, but then your VIPs and how they feel towards you, you do get a real friendship. So anyways, in 2000, Thanksgiving time-ish, 2000, Christy had multiple social sales. And for those of you who are brand new, that's what we do. We have a Black Friday social sale. Then we have a Thanksgiving social sale. Then we'll have a Cyber Monday social sale. And it's all in our VIP groups. And our VIPs are none the wiser, because you never know when whoever can shop. Some people are catching the Cyber Monday. Some people are catching the Black Friday. Some people are catching like me, catching all three and shopping all three. And so Christy messaged me. She's like, I know you shopped all three. Why don't you host a party? And I'm like, no, parties aren't for me. And she was like, well, she said something that caught my attention. She's like, well, you can get, more Christmas presents with our host rewards. And I was like, oh, well, easy peasy. I have 10 friends on Facebook. So we had our little online party, and y'all, she made me feel so comfortable and so easy. And it was so fun. Y'all know this is probably exactly how y'all became stylists too. And so I'm like, well, and this is what she said. She's like, when I kept getting pushback because I had so much failure in network marketing before. And she was like, you know what? You don't have to marry Park Lane. Just give it a try. Give yourself 3 months. Here it is, end of November. Give it through February. See what you think. Well, y'all, come February, like I had my first recruit. I was already earning points for Key West, our Key West trip. So it worked out. But what was really cool was that we did have that friendship, and that's how I became a Park Lane stylist. But I truly gave myself an honest 3 months. And the reason why that kind of resonated with me is because I know as a realtor, business ebbs and flows in 3-month cycles, in 90-day cycles. Okay. So when you are starting something new, like this messenger party format, are any of y'all doing the messenger parties that we've all been talking about? Okay. Well, that's new for me. And when I committed to it in August, I'm like, you know what? I want to do this through December, because I want to, one, make sure that I'm doing it right, because the first time I do it, it's not going to be right. The first time I did it was with my own VIP group. They were kind of my guinea pigs. Robin was on my books to host a party in October. And so she didn't have plans at the time to be a stylist. So it was just her regular annual October party. But I messaged her. I'm like, hey, we're going to do this via Messenger. I did this with all of my hostesses. And that's so that way I can get comfortable and the wheels can start squeaking right, or stop squeaking, I guess, with the messenger party. So anytime you do, my point in saying that is anytime you do something new, make sure you give yourself at least 90 days to get through it. Don't just do it once and say, oh, it didn't work, I'm not ever trying it again. No, do it 3 months at least, to see where it works. Okay, so I'm going to get on with this. So my real life history, which Megan kind of touched on, is I was an elementary school teacher in the late 90s after graduating from undergrad, and into the early 2000s. Elementary school, okay? I liked it. I liked the children. I even liked the parents. What I learned was that I don't like being micromanaged. And for those of you who are teachers, and I think also healthcare workers too, there's a lot of micromanagement happening. I got married in the early 2000s, 2003, and my ex-husband, now ex-husband, at the time we bought our first house, and it was such a fun process. I'm like, oh, you know what? I want to become a realtor, and maybe that can supplement my teaching income. And he was in sales, and he was in pharmaceutical sales, and he was like, no, he was like, you're a really good teacher. You stick to that. You'll never be a good salesperson. You'll never be a good realtor. Just get it out of your head. He was very, very condescending, very belittling. So December 2006, my divorce was finalized, and with my divorce money, I enrolled in real estate school. By the end of February, I was licensed in the state of Texas. I'd passed my real estate exam. I was ready to rock and roll. And by the end of March, I had my very first closing. That's how hungry I was, y'all. Like I had that, I tell everyone this, like that, his put downs, okay, developed such a chip on my shoulder that I'm like, you know what? Cuss words. I am going to succeed at this. Come hell or high water. I'm going to show you, even if we never speak again, I'm going to show you and the rest of your posse that I am a good realtor. Now, I did not quit my teaching job, y'all, because I mean, who wanted to give up that guaranteed income for a job that I wasn't so crazy about? You know, something I got my degree in, I spent time invested in, but for something that was commission based only, you know, the money, it was a crapshoot. You know, I didn't know if the real estate gig was going to work, but because I know realtors have a lifespan typically of 2 years, I'm like, you know, I'm going to last longer than 2 years. So in my head, I'm like, we're going to stick this out for at least 3 years. And that's just kind of what I told myself. Well, come 2009, and keep in mind, I had everything, all the balls in place into February 2007. Come 2009, my real estate income had exceeded my teaching income. And so that kind of gave me the space to let go of being a teacher. So for those of you who currently have full-time jobs, or you're like, I love Park Lane, it's so much fun, I want to do Park Lane full-time, cool, but that's great. Make that a goal, but don't give up your full-time job until you can support yourself solely on your Park Lane income, okay? Business tip number 48. So can y'all hear my dog? Do I need to shut my office door? Okay. So that's my real life, okay? With real estate, 2011, I met my Ian. Some of y'all have met Ian, and Ian, one of my friends here in Houston, set me up with her then fiance's, now husband, her fiance's boss, which was Ian. And so, you know, I'm like, no, I don't want a long distance relationship, you know, and I don't want a Baton Rouge boyfriend, but we met and we clicked, and, you know, here we are, you know, whatever, 15 years later. But in 2012, I moved to Baton Rouge, okay, to be with Ian and Macon. And y'all, having been a realtor here and having all of my networks here, because the Houston area is my home, but moving to a city that's 300 miles away, where I went to Texas A&M, so that is a very critical networking pool for me to generate business from, right? Over there, Baton Rouge, that's where LSU is. The people, even if they didn't go to LSU, they're all LSU fans in Baton Rouge. It's, you know, if you went to a different, they do not like people who are cheering for OU. They don't like people who are cheering for A&M. They don't like people who are cheering for Alabama. Good God, they don't like people from Alabama. But so that was a very hard, I guess, social thing to break into. Another thing that people in Baton Rouge, I found, was that they value a lot is what high school you went to. Well, I obviously didn't go to high school in Baton Rouge, so that was another niche. All these obstacles, you know, that I had to overcome socially, that I had no problem with. It was never an issue here in Houston as I was growing my real estate business. Okay. So keep in mind, I'm trying to grow my real estate business. Well, y'all, it came down to cold calling and door knocking. That's how I got my business. And that's hard. If I don't know if any of y'all, I don't think most of y'all were here back in July when I talked to the Treasure Tribe about this prospecting, because no one likes prospecting. No one likes prospecting. And if they tell you, hey, I don't mind prospecting, they are lying to you, because you get told
Even the
no.
word makes me nervous.
Yes.
That
Yeah,
word, I'm like,
word.
we're prospectors, we're
We
jewelry
got to change the
salespeople.
thinking, and that's what we're here to do tonight, y'all. But just know, no, it makes you uncomfortable because you're asking someone for something, and odds are they're going to tell you no, or they're going to ghost you. And once you become okay that knowing, hey, most people are going to ghost me and they're going to tell me no, you let the yeses surprise and delight you, then it becomes okay. Just expect the no, expect being ghosted. And y'all, that's when, like, I'm okay being told no. I'm being told I'm okay, almost being cussed at, like, how dare you ask me, whatever. That's only happened a couple of times. Like, why would you be so offended that I'm asking you to host a party? Whatever. I mean, people have stuff going on. But what irks me to no end is if I see that you read my message and you don't respond back to me. Like, I mean, just tell me no, tell me no, tell me no. So that's just, and so my two friends on here, Lori and Robin, don't ever do that to me.
Stop.
Kelly. Okay, anyway, back on track.
Hang on. I want to add in, we always say in this business, work for the no. A no is okay.
Go for no.
I give my people the permission to tell me no at some point. I just say, we're going to move on. I'm going to keep doing this. You're going to keep doing what you do. We're going to move on. Just tell me no if it's a no. But, and then you'll finally you can make jokes to get the no. You can do
absolutely finesse that no out of someone where they don't feel bad telling you no, and you are totally fine receiving it. Okay. And we'll talk about verbiage in just a minute. But going back to prospecting, it's hard. No one likes to do it, but you got to come from a place. We're all, inside of us. We either do anything, y'all. It could be eating dinner. We do everything based on either pleasure or pain. Most of us do things based on pain. Let's talk about pain for a second. So on your scratch sheet of paper, I asked everyone to grab a scratch sheet of paper. I want you to make a T-chart like this, okay? And on the first top left side, I want you to write the word pain. On the other side, we're going to put pleasure, but we're not going to talk about pleasure just yet. We're going to talk about the hard stuff. So when you think of asking your friends, people you're warm, and that you might know them like as an acquaintance. They might be your neighbor that you only see if y'all are out in the yard at the same time, whatever. But anyone in your sphere who knows your name and whose name that you know, when you think about asking them to host a party, we're not asking them to join your team, just host a party with you. I want you to write down in the pain section all of the negative, icky thoughts and feelings that you have. Or it doesn't have to be all, because we could be here all day, but I want you to take 30 seconds real quick and jot down some of the negative feelings that you have. And I'm going to do that too.
Okay, negative before you ask or after you ask?
Your thoughts regarding prospecting before you ask, not after you ask. Take another 10 seconds, everyone. Okay. And you can continue the list in your own time, okay? I don't want to take up a whole lot of time doing this, but I'm just going to share the things on my list, and then if anyone else would love to share. I know sometimes it can be weird being vulnerable if y'all don't really know each other. But again,
drop it in the chat.
We're moving past, yeah. So things I don't know, I don't like rejection. I don't think anyone likes rejection, but I don't like the feeling of rejection, being told no or being ghosted. And then I emphasized ghosted, which I already talked about. I also, in my head, I'm like, this is something I have to do. Not necessarily that I want to do. I have to do it because if I don't, then I won't have my money to pay my bills. And then another thought that I have, then I was thinking of a prospect that I reached out to recently. I know her from 30 years ago. We're Facebook friends, but it's not like we chat, we keep up. Okay, she's one of those. And so my thought when I reached out to her was, she doesn't like me or know me well enough or think I'm cool enough to do a party with. So these were all before I reached out to these people. Okay, these are all just very natural thoughts, but it doesn't make me feel good. So this is my source of pain. No pressure and no obligation. But would anyone else like to share?
I want to catch Heather Simmons up. She just joined. Regina Rosell is a division leader on the Dreamcatcher team. She was my main mentor and trainer. She's amazing. And she's super good at, and we're talking about the word prospecting, and that word itself makes us uncomfortable. So right now she's got us having a piece of paper that has pain and pleasure, right, Regina?
Yes, in a little T-chart.
Yeah, and so we're talking about what we're scared of when we're reaching out for parties or sales or anything else. So I'm going to say I have felt with my big personality that I've been annoying my whole life. So I'm afraid people are going to find me annoying and it's going to hurt my feelings because when people are mad at me, I'm an Enneagram 2, and there is no worse haunted house for me. I do not like when people are mad at me, and I don't have anything to do about it. So I would say mine is probably my biggest pain is annoying. I also think about the low class thing. Will this high class person think I'm a low class loser, you know, trying to do this? Kind of like the old Avon lady that used to knock on the door. Like I think of myself like the Edward Scissorhands lady, you know, that everybody talked bad about her behind her back and she just was so positive and kept going door to door. Like I wonder if I'm that lady before I make phone calls sometimes. And then crazy jewelry lady. I mean, but like when I reach out to really classy people, and every time I've reached out to my scared list, is what we call that. Sometimes they say no, but they're very professional about it, right? Um, most, and I normally start it with, I don't know why I've been scared to reach out to you. I think I thought you would think I'm the crazy jewelry lady, but it turns out I am, you know, because I am. And I'm
Megan, we're
okay
not
with
there
that.
yet. We're not there yet.
Okay.
We're not to the happy responses.
Okay, so I talked too much.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
No,
Anyone
no,
else?
no.
Please,
Yeah.
someone share, please.
Robin, is your hand up? I see a high five.
Yeah, I would say that I don't want I'm afraid that they'll be um put off and that like they'll avoid. So like in my group of friends, we all talk, right? So if I ask one, then are they, they'll tell somebody else, and then are those people going to avoid because they don't want to have a party? I mean, I guess it's not my like core group of friends, but like the other, that's outside. So like
You're imagining through like the game of telephone, like you
right.
ask one, she says no, but then she like says her negativity to everyone else. That's what you picture in your head.
Yeah, and just that they'll avoid because they don't want me then to come ask them. And just being really nervous about asking somebody to You know, I don't want them to do it because they feel sorry, or they feel obligated. Like, I want them to do it because they want to.
Nancy, Polly, Nancy?
I have fear of rejection, pushing me away, getting mad for bugging them, negative comments, or feeling like I'm bothering them.
Are y'all seeing a theme? How we all are thinking very similarly when it comes to reaching out and just asking people. They may or may not be close to us, but just asking people for parties. Lori?
So all of those things. And then I get really mad because I think that that is the way women have been trained to be quiet and not to step into the ring. And that then I get mad. And all of those feelings together then makes me shut down. Like it just gets to the point where I'm like, that's it. I'm not going to do it today because I'm mad and I'm anxious and I'm uncomfortable and I don't want to have to do this. So, and that's where I become my own worst enemy.
It's true. We are so true. Okay, we're going to talk about the pleasure side real quick, just because this is what these are things that motivate us to do everything in life, but we're talking specifically about job tasks, our Park Lane job task of getting new business. So on the pleasure side, which is the other side of your T-chart, okay? I want you to think of, okay, you haven't asked anybody yet. What are some of the good things that can happen as a result of you prospecting? What are some of the good things that you feel as a result of you reaching out? Prospecting means reaching out and asking something from somebody, okay? From asking them to host a party. What are some good results, some good feelings, some good blah, blah, whatever. Okay, let's take 30 seconds. Let's tack on another 10 seconds. Okay, y'all.
Some one was more fun.
Yeah, way more fun. Mine real quick. The endorphin high from getting a yes. Holy smokes, it feels so dang good. Anyone saying yes to a party. Number 2, possible new friends. I'm an introvert, so it's not like I'm actively seeking new friends, but I never would have met Lori or Robin or Megan, y'all, if it wasn't for our Park Lane business. And I adore all 3 of those ladies. And Kelly, because Kelly Nepple's still on here too. I'm still getting to know Kelly Nepple. She is on, Kelly Nepple, by the way, I know we did introductions earlier, but Kelly is on Lori's team. And of course, y'all, money from our business, because as much as I love Park Lane Jewelry, I don't do this. Like I wouldn't do this for free. I wouldn't give up my time if I wasn't getting paid. And then lastly, just because of making money from parties, I'm able to do, and have things in my life that I want to be, things I want to be in me, things I want to have, things I want to do. But specifically in be, do, have in that order. Okay, someone else.
So
Sarah.
My list was yes, excitement. That side hustle is fun. Connection with others. I'm new to Oklahoma, so it's a good way for me to interact with other people. That I'm actually building a business. Action always feels good. And then when you're on a roll, it's that whole success breed success, and you start to feel more fulfilled.
Mhm.
I would say I will be coming up on my 1-year anniversary in January. And in all of that time and reaching out to all of my people, and I've had them reject me, I haven't lost any friends. No one has said, "How dare you? You never ask me again," you know. And I've made wonderful new friends who I'm excited to meet in person someday. And again, yeah, it's like when you hear the yes and you're like, here's my business. I'm doing my job now. This feels good. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. That's the thing. Yeah.
One more person. Megan.
Okay, inclusion. Like when they say yes or whatever, it's like there's so much inclusion and we're going to have so much fun together. So new friends and new friendships. And I mean, and then the energy that's created when there are a bunch of, and I'm going to say this even though it's men too, but a bunch of women together making each other feel more confident and proud of themselves, like they can put a more positive foot forward. There is nothing better. Like I live for it. So, and I don't like it when the group is negative and like a party, for example, and they're all hanging up on me or what. It just breaks my heart because I'm like the positivity that could be here, the power that we could all make together could be very beautiful. So I mean, it really is just so wonderful. Car payments covered, trips around the world. I mean, with Park Lane, free jewelry. As a teacher, no one was gifting my good behavior. I mean, ever. And I really do believe this all the time. I mean, I laugh on my lives a lot. I'm like, for good behavior, I got this. I mean, but as a teacher, I never was being gifted for my good behavior. I mean, it didn't matter. I got paid the same as the teacher next to me, whether I was working my tail off or not. Well, with Park Lane, I can work my tail off and I get paid for it. I get jewels for it. I get recognized for it. So, and the rest of this is just beautiful. It's just beautiful. I love it.
And I love that you said those things too, because that leads me to my next point. Real quick, wrapping up pain and pleasure. Y'all keep this little piece of paper like in your journal or just, tuck it in your purse and look back at it every now and then, because everything in life, whether you decide to go to a steakhouse tonight for dinner, your decision to go or not go is either because of pain or pleasure. Are you not going because your wallet's empty? That's painful. Are you going because you're celebrating and maybe you're going to celebrate and yay, the pleasure, and you have an empty wallet, which you'll deal with that decision tomorrow, But every decision that we make as humans is from pain or pleasure. And so when you grasp that and know that, okay, I'm working on my business either because I'm hungry and I need to have new business, or because maybe the pleasure, like, hey, I'm okay. I'm willing to put up with the no's and the ghosts in order to get to the yeses, because I'm having so much fun doing this. So, you pick whatever you're focusing on because that's your motivation. But what Megan said ties into the next part. And I want you to type into the comments, what motivates you with regards to your Park Lane business? Is it money? Is it, the commission? Is it trips? Is it making friends? Is it helping others? What specifically, is it the free loot? I want to know what motivates you to keep doing this. You're here for a reason. So Lori said something really interesting and kind of abstract, the possibility of working remote. Lori, let's drill down into that for a second. Why is that important? Like, what's even more motivational beyond that?
beyond working remotely,
Mhm.
having flexibility in my schedule, having time to spend with my son, being able to go and do the things at his school whenever they might pop up, um, being able to do it from anywhere. I could be visiting you in Houston, or I could be visiting my sister in Seattle, and I could still be doing my job. Like, all I need is my phone, essentially. I mean, it's more comfortable with my two little computer screens, but yeah, it just gives you so much more freedom to not be chained to a desk 9 to 5. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that I like it. And thank you for that. Was kind of curious, like what was your stimulus in that? And then Megan, same thing with you. Don't go anywhere, Megan. I'm talking to you. Building your confidence by doing things that are hard and seeing that you can do it. Why is
I mean,
that?
things that I used to look at and be like, there's just no way. Snap and Shine this time felt like a jump to me because I had worked my business early for Switzerland and I was like, I mean, I already had 8 recruits and I had them kind of ready and prospecting them already. And then they did Snap and Shine and I had to get 2 more. I had to get 2 more. Right. And I was like, I got to go find new prospects. I got to work hard. I mean, and then I'm like, oh crap, I did it. And every single time, it doesn't matter how big or small your business is. Every single time when it felt like a stretch and you do it, you get a little bit of a confidence boost. So I'm getting my tropical cafe. It's being delivered.
Is that a motivation for you to keep doing it? The confidence
Yeah,
boost?
I mean, I've never experienced such a confidence boost, like a start and a finish. Like I had to get over a hump that made me very uncomfortable. But then when I like as a teacher, you just go do it, right? I mean, there aren't really humps. I don't know how to explain it, but with
No.
this, it's like that one looks really hard. And then you're like, you start, and then when you get there, you're like, look what I just did. Oh my gosh, I did that. I didn't know I didn't believe I could do that.
I love
And
that.
I don't know. Kind of
Okay,
interesting.
I'm still no, that was perfect. Go get your thing. I'm still reading through. Hang on. Okay, Kelly said the idea of working anywhere. So that I'm guessing Kelly, does that tie in with Lori's the answer Lori gave? And Christy said being a part of an amazing group of uplifting and supportive community. Yes. Being a part of this community, that is motivational. Like, even if I decided to not, Christy, I'm like relating to you here. If I decided to not grow as a business owner, like I would still like dabble in Park Lane just so I can stay a part of the treasure tribe and the dream catchers. The possibility of going on a trip. Yes. Okay. So we have all of these motivations, right? For Park Lane. So did y'all know this may or may not blow your mind. If it does blow your mind, do a mind blown emoji. And if it doesn't, that's cool too. I won't take it personally. It blows my mind. The purpose of having a business. Okay. We have all of these motivation factors. We know that we're intrinsically motivated by pain or pleasure, but the purpose of having a business is to fund, F-U-N-D, the perfect life. That's it. Now, your perfect life is not necessarily materialistic. That's not what I'm saying, y'all. Your perfect life could be to do missions around the world. You have a business, so you can take time and go do missions. You have a business, so you can stay home and help your son with homework. You have a business, so you can have these friends from around the world, from around the United States. Whatever your perfect life looks like, that's the point of having a business. Isn't that cool? I love it. Anyway, I think about that's a thought. That's not a Regina original. I do have a lot of Reginaisms, but that's not a Regina original, but it's something that I think on a lot. Like, the purpose of what I'm doing is to fund my perfect life. I might not be living my perfect life right now, but my 5-year goal is whatever time frame. Okay. So we either got to do something because we have to or because we want to. When we have to do something and we're motivated by that pain, It's not a good feeling, but we just like, we're going to do it. Okay. If you do something because you want to, you're motivated by that pleasure. You're more excited to do it. So again, neither is pain. Sounds like it's the wrong choice or the bad choice or not the choice that you, I guess we don't really want the pain, but regardless, the fact is it's a stimulant to get you to do something. So let's talk about prospecting, the thing that daunts everybody. So now that we kind of have our mindset and our heart set, what Megan hears a lot and what I hear a lot from our team members is, I've asked everybody. Sisters, you haven't asked everybody. I'm telling you that right now. You have not. Okay, so, and this is something you're going to do on your own time, but I want you to think, okay, what spheres do I interact with in my group? Maybe I interact with people from church. Maybe I interact, and those are church people, okay? Maybe I interact with other parents or teachers from my kids' school. So those are school people. Maybe I interact with colleagues from my full-time job. Maybe there's HOA or neighborhood community, whatever. Maybe you are involved in some sort of like a junior league or a chamber of commerce or some sort of networking specific group. That's another group of people. We all, as humans, we have these different networking spheres. And I promise you, you have not asked, you have not face to face. You know, we're so often we get so sucked into our phones and we're like, oh yeah, you know, I've asked everybody, you know, my besties who I text all the time, and I've asked everybody. No, there are so many people that you interact with every day, continuously interact with them, like maybe once a week or maybe a couple times a week. These people are in your sphere groups. Ask them if they want to host an online party. It doesn't even have to be an in-person party. I know Megan is really good about in-persons. I don't like in-persons. I don't want to clean up for people. I don't want to clean up after they're gone. And I really don't want to like leave my house. Y'all looky, just real quick. I'm just gonna show y'all something. Okay, look, business up top. And we're in the shorts, we're in the party on the bottom. Okay, that's my real life. And I don't want to be business, you know, head to toe. I want to keep it party. And I, you know, when I'm done with the Zoom, I want to go let my dogs out. I don't want to drive home in 30 minutes or an hour to let my dogs out. So however you do, sorry, my chair got caught on my little thing. However you do your business is how you need to make your business work, but you need to ask people in your sphere. Christy often asks me like, who else can you ask? So my pat answer, like I recently started prospecting my sorority sisters. Y'all, that's from 30 years ago. That's a sphere that I don't really touch. We're Facebook friends, you know, and I'm not Facebook friends with every single sorority sister that was in my chapter for those 3 or 4 years. But I am Facebook friends with a good chunk of them. But have we really kept in touch? Do we go on sisterhood retreats? No. So when I reach out to this one gal in particular, I'm like, oh, you know, I thought she was so cool. Y'all, she's now in my VIP group. She's one of my shoppers. She has sent me a couple of wish lists, but if I had not, like, if I had let those feelings that I mentioned before in the pain, especially the part where I said she may not know me or like me well enough anymore, or she doesn't think I'm cool enough to give me an answer back, I would have not had a customer. Now she has not had a party yet, but we're not done. You see what I'm saying? So going back to your little spheres, look at each of your spheres and ask those people. Go to your Facebook, start in the A's or start in the Z's and work your way through and ask every single woman. Hang on, Megan. If you have wait, let me ask you this real quick. Does anyone have less than 300 Facebook friends? Raise your hand if you have less than 300 Facebook friends right now. Okay, good. So so Christy, you have less than 300? No, I don't believe that. I do not believe it. So I'm just going to say no. You don't.
I'm going to check, but I think so.
Now I'm curious. I need to know a number.
Okay, I'm looking.
Christy is super quiet.
Oh, I do. No.
How many do you have?
Well, Hang on. Because I have 638 followers, but that's not all my friends. I don't have that many friends.
Okay,
I
so
know
you know
that.
what? That's a whole nother side point. Okay, so your friends, you can prospect your friends. But Christy, you have 600 followers. They're following you for a reason. Message them. And then on, like, you can even do, because I don't know if you're Facebook friends with the followers or not, but then you could do a post and say, hey, Jamie, Allison, Amy, Sarah, Patty, Janet, whoever, I message you, check your messages. Come back here with an emoji and I'll give away a jewelry prize at the end of the day. You know, I mean,
Okay.
because, and I just threw that out there, but your followers, holy smokes, I have not even touched my followers. And so you have, let's say, this is totally conservative. Let's say you have half of your followers, of your 600 followers, are female. The other half are male. You're not going to prospect your males for jewelry. So
Right.
of those 300, you now have 300 ladies to reach out to that you may or may not be Facebook friends with. So you haven't asked everybody.
What does follower
Right.
versus friend mean?
Some stupid Facebook, whatever. Y'all, I have a love-hate relationship with Facebook. I despise Facebook, but I love that it connects everybody.
And
So
then all I wanted you to explain is what a sphere is for all the new people.
sphere is just a group of people. Okay, sphere can be work, sphere can be church, sphere can be school, sphere can be hobbies, sphere can be, I mean, just you might have heard the phrase sphere of influence. It's anybody that you can connect with. That is your sphere of influence. So you're just reaching out to anyone in your different spheres. We all have different spheres. You know that phrase like worlds apart? Like you can be best friends. Like I have 3 best friends, and 2 of my best friends have met, but my 3rd best friend, she was pregnant, so she missed my wedding. Like going into labor type pregnant. So that's why she didn't meet my other 2 best friends. But they're all in different places. And so even though I'm their common person, those are from 3 different spheres. My point is we all have this. I'm not special like that. We all have that. The sandwich method, I'm sure Megan has talked to y'all about how to prospect. And if she hasn't, okay, that's a whole separate thing. But the way that you prospect, she will teach you the sandwich method. But the great thing is, if you get lost, the sandwich method, it's in Boards. Does everyone have Boards downloaded? The Boards app? Perfect. So I look at the Board sandwich method. And what's really cool is when you go to the sandwich method, it helps you get ideas too. Like, who have you not reached out to? And you're like, I've reached out to everyone. I've reached out to my 600 followers. I don't know who to reach out to next. Boards, not Christy, Tish has done a really good job with her crew of getting the ideas generated. Like, oh, you know what, y'all, anything's better than door knocking for real estate. I promise you, you're not asking anyone to sell their house. You're asking them to just host a jewelry party. And it's great for them because they get free jewelry. I'm going to end this here because this is the last of my notes, and then we can ask questions. But right now, again, pain versus pleasure, the pain holds us back, I think, from taking action more times than not. But where do you see yourself this time? We're coming up. The Christmas collection is supposed to be released any day now, the holiday collection. And as soon as that's released, like our business, y'all, goes full throttle. You are fixing to get busy. You're going to have so many shoppers, and people are going to want to have parties because the hostesses, like me, this is how I was, your hostesses are going to want to get free jewelry credit so that way they can use that for Christmas presents or holiday presents. Okay. And that's a great way to pitch it when you're asking people for parties. So this time next year, okay, next end of October, next beginning of November, when we're fixing to release the 2025 holiday collection, where do you see yourself? Like, where do you see yourself as far as your business? Have you earned a trip, maybe 2? Have you promoted in rank? Or are you still stuck in the same place? Like, please don't say you're still stuck in the same place, okay? That's not the right answer at all. So, and you don't have to answer out loud. Just close your eyes, visualize it. Grab that picture in your head, and then get to work and ask the people to host parties. And that's it. All right, questions.
I love you.
I love you. I tried to stay, here are my notes. I try to stay linear for you, Megan, but you know me, my brain does not stay that way.
I have not taught you guys sandwich method, and I could probably have someone else visit us another time and teach that. The thing is, I also just want to get face to face with all of you and tell you I love you. I've been through everything all of you go through. And we're here to help. I mean, I believe down to my soul that every personality can do this business. I mean, I really do.
I'm an introvert, y'all. I am introverted, which is why my nasty, negative ex-husband said you'll never be good at sales. But I slay at my personal sales here in Park Lane and in real estate.
And I like her word hungry. Like, if you have to, you will. Like, if you had to, you would. And so I think, but at the same time, if sideline is all we're wanting, then that would be what is successful for you. That's what you're going to see in the pleasure. Is just, I got a free Lagoon bracelet, and which, by the way, my sister was happier than ever when that's all we were doing was just the bracelets. Sometimes when you're trying to bite off big promotions, it gets heavier.
Overwhelming. Yeah.
And so this can be anything you want it to be. And I mean, success for each of us is different than the next. I needed this as a job. I mean, I needed this, like Lori's saying, as a remote. I can do this from anywhere. I can be a mom. I can go to appointments with my mom. I can take my dogs to the vet. I can deliver jewelry with my dogs. I mean, I do everything the way I want to do it, with or without pants, like Regina's saying.
Yeah.
So,
well, I enjoyed this and I appreciate it because I needed that today. So
yeah. Good.
All right,
I'm
well,
glad
yeah, I hope it was helpful, y'all. Just, really it's mindset. Get out of your mind. Tish, I love. I learned this from Tish Mefford. And she says, and you'll hear her say often, turn your brain off and just do the work. Turn your brain off. And y'all, if you were just copying and pasting and sending, to your prospects, it's, if you think about it, it's hard. That's when you get scared. That's when you start overthinking and you're like, what are they thinking? They're not thinking yet. You haven't sent them anything. Okay. Give them, don't limit other people's reactions or responses. Give them the opportunity to have joy because of jewelry.
Like we have. Mm-hmm. Think about the joy that it's brought you, and that's all you're doing with them is. And to me, it's like, I'm going to be mannerly with you. I'm offering you this joy, and either you accept the joy or you don't. And just because they don't accept the joy today does not mean they won't accept it a month later. Mm-hmm. Well, Melissa McElderry, you're an example. You've been in Monica's group since she started, probably 11, 12 months ago. And Melissa didn't even know about it till she happened to go to a party of mine, that I was giving for someone else. And then, she starts realizing what it could be. And so what would Monica feel like if all Monica thought about was Melissa only and how she couldn't reach her? You know what I mean? We don't even know when we're reachable.
Yeah, it's true.
I don't know that I would have been reachable. It was like the timing was right. It's just like it all goes together.
Lori was in my VIP group for a while before we even ever had a conversation about her becoming staff.
Right. Yeah. And I want to kind of along those lines, like the power of yet. They're not saying no. They're saying not yet. And that's what I have to do to my brain. They're not saying no. They're saying not yet. And the proof is in the pudding because I had invited a colleague to every single thing I had, every single thing. And she would either say no, or she just wouldn't respond or whatever. Well, she finally did my spooky sale and she's all in now. She's like, why didn't I do this sooner? I love your jewelry, blah, blah, blah. So it was a not yet for her. And now, you know, we're gonna work on her. So
There's
Not
something this, I'm sorry.
no, go
There's
ahead.
something that someone told me, it's an older lady. She's been very successful, and this is what's helped me. It's something she told me a while back, and it keeps coming back to me. But she said, never assume what someone else is thinking or feeling. And I thought, well, that's true. You know, I can't assume that they're going to say no because I'm bothering them, and they may want it, and they have, like me.
Yeah.
And
So, I mean, I've done this now 15 months and I've talked to many, many people, right? And I still can go. My husband's a president of a bank. We have to be like diplomats. I have to go to galas. I can still go to the gala. And those people that have said no to parties or jewelry are still looking me in the eye, and we have a relationship. I guess it's business. You're going to continue going to do your law, practice your law or sell your homes. I'm going to continue to spread joy and confidence through Sparkle. And we can still be friends whether you buy jewelry or not. I'm continuing on, and I'm here when you're ready. And then it's just that proof is in the pudding. You just keep going. And so those fears that we have, it's like all these little fears. Oh, by the way, they may ghost me 4 times about jewelry, but then when I say, hey, Jackson needs something for school or whatever, then all of a sudden they answer quickly. And I'm like, oh, they are alive. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. We still keep going down the road. I mean, we have separate relationships. I mean, but we keep inviting it. I mean, one of my very best friends, she just now bought her first pair of Lana earrings. That is all she owns, and I'm just like, but she took a selfie and put it on my page the other day, and I'm like, okay. I mean, that's how it happens. I mean, and normally your best friends are almost the meanest. So
That's
don't
true.
get your feelings hurt about that either.
And friends, remember when you're not in this alone. When we shared our pain, all of us, there was a theme. We all felt the same. Different words on our list, but we all pretty much felt the same. When we shared our pleasure, it was all pretty much the same. Again, different words, but so whenever you're feeling like, oh, this is just a Regina problem, or this is just a Melissa problem, or this is just a Lori problem, it's not. We're all sharing. We all have these real feelings about our businesses. And so just reach out. You have Megan, you have me now, but what is really cool, you have the Dream Catchers. Use the Dream Catchers group. Don't wait. If you ask a question in Sparkle Sisters and no one's responding, go to Dream Catchers. Post that crap in Dream Catchers. Let, all 1,000 of those ladies answer that, okay? You have a tribe.
I'm glad you said that. That's amazing.
Hey, Megan.
What did I do when we talked about sandwich method? I said, I'll have Kim Craddock come. I know what sisters of ours are strong in different places. And so that is what we are. We're a team and we're all helping each other. Not any of us are really good at one thing or another thing, So, I mean, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I mean, you can do well in this business and have weaknesses in something. I told my husband the other day I was going to pay for someone to help me on marketing. And he goes, how about you pay for someone to help you on bookkeeping? And I was like, I guess you're right. Darn it. It's like buying a roof for the house. I hate that, but that's where I am now. But we all have weaknesses in different things. You can't be good at everything and you can't have time for everything. So, okay. I want to end this on the promises to come. So let me really quickly say that Wednesday, are you done, Regina? Can I do this?
Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. Remind me if I'm missing anything. A lot of you are so new that Snap and Shine is not in your wheelhouse. Snap and Shine was a stretch for all of us, just so you know. Tish meant it to be a stretch for all of us. It's hard. So that one we're just kind of, check. If you're in that world, then I've talked to you. You know what I mean? Like if you're close to that, we've been talking. Kara Freck down here needs to recruit 2 people this week. Right, Kara?
Is it 2 or just 1?
You need 2 for Snap and Shine, but it was September and October. Did you get yours in September?
I already did one
in
for September or the beginning of October. I just
Well,
need
then
one.
let's get someone recruited this week, and you're
I know.
over 10,000, so you're going. So
Yeah, it's on my mind. Hey, can I just share something very quickly?
yes.
It's on my pleasure, but it also relates to the pain. It's the other side. So one of my pains is at church. I am afraid that people are going to see me and then just turn away and just be like, oh, I don't want to, don't come up to me because she's going to ask me about jewelry. But the flip side of that is the people that have gotten jewelry, I see them wearing it at church, and I have a whole bunch of people surrounding me. And I'm like, oh, they're wearing those earrings, they're wearing that necklace. And so that's a definite flip from a pain to a pleasure.
Yes. I love it. Okay, so Snap and Shine's the big one. Scary. Okay, then October, we had the birthdays of the Levines, and the Levines love celebrating birthdays. So this is all, some of you are so new, you don't understand how all this works, but this is what I'm saying. Good behavior breeds great gifts, right? So we have one program set is RRC, and so then those kind of go along a certain way. But then the birthday was, on top of RRC. So this company that's already so giving and gives us free stuff, hostess gifts, and then, all the free stuff we get. We also had birthday gifts. So that was aside from, okay? And the peony bracelet was at the beginning of the month. And normally they don't do anything at the end, but at the end, they put the Blue Lagoon. Okay. So and they gave us 3 weeks to get it. Okay. So the date of that started on the 10th, October 10th, and it ends this coming Wednesday, $2,000. Okay. So that's for Blue Lagoon. And then the whole month was 8,000 for that Montreux necklace. And then if you got a recruit and you qualified the recruit, you're getting that moonflower ring that's in abalone, just gorgeous. Okay. But not only that, then Tish is giving gifts. And Tish's gift is if you got a new recruit in October and you qualified them, then you're in for that beautiful Michael Kors blue bag. Gosh, I want that thing. It's gorgeous, just gorgeous. And then you can use it for yourself, or you could gift it in your VIP, however you want to do it. But new recruits like Melissa, I think you're qualified, right? Can you give me a thumbs up if you're not yet? Okay. If you qualified by Wednesday, you're in for that purse as well. Polly, you got Jessica, and Jessica got qualified. So you and Jessica are both in for that purse. And I don't know everybody's life, but I'm just kind of saying how this works if you're kind of following me. And so Snap and Shine's about to end on Wednesday. Blue Lagoon is ending along with all the birthday stuff. The purse for qualifying a new recruit. Is there anything I'm missing, Regina?
Yes, registering for Sparkle.
Oh, thank you. Well, that's something we can all do. And I'm speaking for Sparkle again, which is super fun. So anyone from my team, you could definitely use that as a recruiting tool. Our leader is speaking in convention. You should come with us and watch. A lot of times we can invite our best customers to come watch. They can buy a little ticket. They won't be able to watch me because I'm part of the training of stylists. But for you, it really is a good recruiting tool to say you're on a strong team, where someone's speaking, in our, so I'll be speaking at Sparkle. I want you to go. Of course, we always in Oklahoma will have a party at my house. We do the release together at my house. So the release in Sparkle, they'll release a new line of jewelry. So it'll be January. They'll release spring jewelry, and it will be the big catalog. So someone was asking about the catalogs the other day. Woodlands was our last big, did I get that wrong? January for spring. This is what we're signing up for, right? Okay, right now we're in fall. Woodlands was fall, released in July. Yeah.
Megan, I gotta run. I have
Yeah.
18 standing appointment. So
Yep. Go.
all right. Love
Love
y'all.
you. Bye.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you, Regina.
Anyway, so new catalog and then new release, and we always have a big party in Oklahoma. Anyone in here, even if you're not on my team, is invited to come. It's always a big old shindig. Okay. Kara comes. Kara always flies from wherever she is at the time. Right, Kara? Anyway,
try.
everyone's invited. I have plenty of beds, whatever. And then I'm trying to think. I guess that's it. But yes, you need to sign up. If you sign up by the 30th, then you are guaranteed to have the impression bracelet that is for this sparkle. But I think you have to do the 169 to get that bracelet. And I will just say this is my opinion. When I first started, my upline told me not to spend that much money on my business because I could come watch all the things with her. This is always your choice. Okay. I would rather you, if you're like 169 from a goal, I'd almost rather you put the 169 into your volume to then make the paycheck back. You have to choose where you are in this but here's the deal. The trainings are next to none. They are very, very good. The company really does work hard. And the thing is, if you don't get registered, you won't have them in your email box. If you get registered, you'll have all of them in your email box to watch whenever you want and replay whenever you want. And I do have to tell you that there are women much smarter than me about style, about fashion forward looking and stuff. I watch those women over and over again and get language that they use about fashion to use in my parties. And I watch it over and over again. So I too am learning every day and I use those videos. So just so you know, there's more than just the party or the release of the jewelry. There is real learning to be had there. People that have done the business and gone through the hard times, gone through the pain, and, overcome it, and they are sharing about where they are now. So, to each his own on how you choose to spend your money, but it's a write-off, right? It's a tax write-off and you're getting a bracelet. So you may as well just do it. But and I think that's it. I don't know what else I was gonna say.
You also get some of the new jewelry when you do that too.
Oh, you do. You're right. The 169, you're gonna get some of the new line of jewelry that either you can keep for yourself to show, or if you've ordered it or whatever, you could gift it to your people. Like it could be giveaways in your VIP.
Mm-hmm.
So the energy is extremely high during Sparkle. And then coming off of Sparkle, the booking is really fun. I mean, we have it twice a year and it's my favorite time every single time. So, hey, you are welcome, Jennifer. You guys can go. We've gone too long, but I just wanted to tell you kind of what's coming and I'm here for any questions you may have. Hey,
thanks, Megan.
Lori, I love seeing you. I was in a 5 and 5 with Lori a while back. So
always good to see you.
Always good to see you. I love you, my friend.
Me
Okay,
too.
but I'm going to end this by saying introverts, I read a book, introverts do better in this business even than extroverts like me. They get systems very, very quickly and they're able to teach systems to others quickly. And so there is a gift to that if you feel like you're an introvert. I have to overcome weaknesses to learn how to do those things. You know what I mean? So I'm just letting you guys know that everybody can do well in this business. You just have to be brave and get over your fears. Okay? Love you guys. Bye.
Thanks, Megan. Bye.